Well, we're now joined live from Manila by the Vice President of the Philippines, Sara Duterte. Many thanks for joining us on the program. It's a pleasure to have you with us. So it's been over 100 days since your father, the former president, Rodrigo Duterte, was detained by authorities for the ICC. The Philippines officially cut ties with the ICC in March 2019. So how does that affect the legitimacy of this detention, in your opinion?
Thank you for having me. Good day, everyone. Well, that is precisely the question that was submitted by the defense team of former President Rodrigo Duterte to the ICC. The question on jurisdiction, particularly because they conducted the investigation 2 years after the withdrawal of the Philippines as a member of the ICC, and therefore should if already prescribed.
And do you see any political motives for the case against Mr. Duterte?
Well, yes, because before his detention, former President Duterte was a staunch critic of the Marcos administrations. There are serious allegations and questions about his competency and allegations about drug abuse that came from the former President Duterte. And before his detention, there was a preparation by the former president of a campaign for his senatorial candidates for the PDP, his political party.
Talk us through how this case has affected your father and affected your family, really, and on a personal and a political level.
Well, the last time that I talked to my father, he always said that you make your own history in this world, and he leaves it all up to God, whatever will happen to him. And he also said that he did what is best for his country, rightly or wrongly. As for the family, we have been more closer now. The quirk about our family is that we forget our personal differences if we have a common adversary, and at that moment that is President Bongbong Marcos.
And you and your family have said many times that this arrest warrant is illegal, but the ICC is an international court, so where do you even go to appeal?
There was a Senate investigation that was conducted by Senator Amy Marcos and was supported by some of the senators in the Philippine Senate. And she submitted her findings to the ombudsman here in the Philippines, and she recommended filing charges against the individual who implemented the rendition on former President Duterte.
You recently argued that your father should be permitted an interim release to a third country because of his age. He's 80 years old. What is his current condition at the moment, and what sort of toll is this case taking on him?
At the moment, he is in his thinnest. You've never seen him this thin. I've seen him from pictures when he was single, and that was the thinnest that I've seen him, and this is about the same. At that time, I lost so much weight, and he has a problem with the cold and the weather in The Hague, and then he has of course, he has no appetite because the way that the food is cooked is not really the same as traditional Filipino dishes. And of course, there is that longing to be with familiar faces, family and friends. So there are certain days that it's a good day, and there are certain days that it's a bad day. So yes.
The ICC, let's talk about the charges against him now. The ICC detained your father on charges that he was responsible for crimes against his people, that it seems he remains deeply popular during this time. He's been elected as mayor of the city of Davao. So clearly some Filipinos still support him. What does that say about the ICC's continued detention of him, in your opinion?
Well, as I said, the ICC is all about human rights and justice, and we don't see it in the case of former President Rodrigo Duterte, he has been in detention for more than 100 days without recourse for bail, and now his petition for interim release has been vigorously opposed without a legal reason by the prosecution. He has already stated in his brief that he is not a flight risk because of his age. If you can see the footage where he was pushed up the plane, he really had no strength at all to resist, and he doesn't intend to intimidate witnesses. He hasn't done that. He's been mayor. He hasn't done that. He was president when the ICC case was filed. He hasn't done anything at all with the witnesses. We all know the list of witnesses because we have information coming in from the investigations conducted by ICC investigators here in the Philippines, and he hasn't done anything. For the past 2 years, we've been telling him to prepare for the ICC case, but he said that it's all crap, it's nothing. And clearly, when we heard the charges, we found out that it's really nothing. It's 43 counts of murder. That's not even close to crimes against humanity.
It must be an incredibly stressful time for you and your family. What message would you send to Filipinos around the world who continue to support your father?
Yes, in fact, majority of the Filipinos in the Philippines continue to support former President Duterte. A lot of them pray for his return to Davao City, and a lot of them pray that he will be acquitted of the charges. And we thank the Filipino communities around the world for their prayers. It is a big help, and it helps President Duterte to know that Filipinos regularly visit The Hague, even if they are just outside the detention unit, and Filipinos regularly conduct rallies so that the world will listen of the injustice that is done to him by the ICC.
And indeed, you have your own concerns currently with an impeachment process against you in the Philippines. You say it's politically motivated. Explain to us what could these motives be exactly, and who do you think could be behind this?
Well, it's all about the refusal or the intent of President Marcos. It is the intent of President Marcos not to step down. He wants to perpetuate himself or his family in power. It is clear from the moves of his administration against political opponents. And in fact, one of his relatives, and this is a personal knowledge of mine, has expressed that he wants to run for president. This all started with the People's Initiative, wherein they wanted to amend the Constitution to shift into a parliamentary form of government where the Prime Minister is not voted by popular choice. When they failed in this, they started the impeachment. And clearly, evidence shows that the members of the House of Representatives, many of them who signed, did not read the articles of impeachment. And one particular member of the House of Representatives already said publicly that there was money in exchange for the signatures in the articles of impeachment. Because I am the front runner in the presidential race in 2028, the survey shows that. And I think they want to eliminate the front runner.
I see. Do you think there might be a connection between the detention of your father and the impeachment process against you?
I believe so, yes. They think that if they take out former President Duterte, they will weaken me because it's one brand, it's one family.
The Philippine Senate recently returned the impeachment complaint to the House. What will the next steps be?
Well, I do not know with the Senate what will be their next steps. They required us to submit an answer to the articles of impeachment, and we did that. We submitted it the other day, and we're waiting for instructions from the Senate on what to do next.
As you were just saying yourself, there are many people claiming that the impeachment process against you is designed to block your potential candidacy for the 2028 elections. Do you plan to run for the presidency if you are acquitted of the current charges?
I have not planned anything for the presidential race of 2028. Some supporters have given me a deadline of the fourth quarter of the year 2026. So that is when I will decide if I will run for president on 2028.
Your approval ratings are currently, well, reached 59% in March. What sort of public support have you received since then? Do you have a feeling that a majority of the Filipino people stand behind you?
Well, I do not know. I don't have the numbers. I don't have the surveys. But I am comforted by the fact that wherever I go, people express their support and their prayers for former President Duterte.
If we can just touch upon geopolitics for a moment, because the US often interferes in disputes between the Philippines and China in the South China Sea. I'd like to ask, what's your opinion on Washington's role in the region?
Well, for the Philippines, our constitution clearly states that we should have an independent foreign policy. So our relationship with the U.S. and our relationship with China should be two separate engagements, and we should not lean towards the U.S. for our problems with China, particularly our issues in the West Philippine Sea.
Yeah, the Philippines is kind of in the middle of all this, isn't it? Because the Philippines being a long-time ally of the US and Asia, at the same time Manila maintains robust trade ties with China. So I'm just wondering how difficult it is for the Philippines to find the right geopolitical balance between these rival superpowers.
Well, as you can see right now, the Philippines, clearly the administration of President Marcos is leaning towards the U.S. and is alienating China. And I really believe, and I've been asking for his explanation on where is the independent foreign policy of the Philippines currently. And I believe that the Philippines should not be involved in the cooperation and competition at the same time of the US and China, being a middle power in the game of supremacy and domination. You need money and power, which the Philippines does not have at the moment. We will get to that in the future, but not right now. So it is best for us to stay in the middle. And as I said, keep our relationships separate and do not lean towards one country or the other.
A pleasure speaking to you today. Many thanks for your time. We've been talking to the Vice President of the Philippines, Sara Duterte. Thank you.
哦，可以，21，我要少一个这个，我没有闪钱啦。我看一下，22就呢度8蚊就30，这个30。
Sapa.
啊，38啦。哦，38 ，OK。OK。好，
Siya.
谢谢。
Tapos na ba? Okay, thank you.
哦，谢谢。
Ayan, tapos na. Please. Good morning, madlang people. Miss Agnes. Kumusta? Nagkapi ka na ba? Maripe, Miss Mary. And ayan na may. Kumusta ang inyong pinagbubuntis? Kailan ka mga anak? Ayan na may. Miss Agnes ha. Ayudahan natin si Miss Agnes. Agnes. Ang ganda ni Agnes. Strong. Mali. Last 1 minute. Kasi mag-end ako and then mag-upload ako ng another live. Another live. Survey strong. Para maabol ko yung dinidelete. Nagdidelete ako ng mga video. Marami palang nagmamatch. Marami akong na-upload dati na kinuha ko sa Facebook at hindi pwedeng nag-match siya 100%. Nanay Pasita, good morning. Kailangan ko mag-delete para hindi ako ma-demonetize habang hindi pa na-detect. 50 videos yun i-delete ko. Hahanapin ko pa siya. Ang hirap Nag-match 100% matches. Saan ka po ho? Sa puso mo. Sa puso mo. Ayan na. Diyan ako sa kwan. Dito ako sa Macau. Ayan. Ano to, Agnes? Yung bulaklak. Flower Festival, Victoria Park. Victoria Park. Clue agad. 6 na letra. Local or international. Viral yan. Viral. 30 seconds. 30 seconds na naipasita. Galingan mo. Victoria Park. Saan to Victoria Park na to? Agnes. Parade. Yes, 6 letters. Parade. Ayan. International or local. Pwede yan. Pwede. Ang ganda ng bulaklak. Bulaklak na Agnes. Ayan na. Last 10 9 8 7 6. Good morning, Mary Grace. 5 4. Ayan na. Mag-call ulit ako ng another live para mahabol ko po yung aking mga i-delete na video. 50 na video. Ako ay mag-live ulit. Another live. Sige, at sagot pa kayo habang hindi pa ako nag-end. Game. 6 letters. Maghanap pa ako ng another audio nga, yung mga audio dyan. Meron ba kayo Libayan, Attorney Libayan dito na maganda-ganda? Ay, wala siyang live kagabi. Oo, narinig ko. Word na Cantonese, yes. Cantonese.
Kaso ni Rafi Tulfo. Tulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo, after proclamation, disqualification cases,
Yan. May nahanap na akong audio na gagamitin. Okay, flowers. 6 letters. Flowers, no?
are without jurisdiction na yung COMELEC.
Sabi ko na. Yan yung sinabi ko sa live ko Bakit nga Ginaya ko Ginaya-gaya ko si Attorney Libayan Ceasefire. 6 letters.
Citizenship issues. A veteran lawmaker.
Nagkanap ako ng
The Supreme Court said in many occasions, sinabi ng Supreme Court, mga kabatas natin, na mawawalan siya ng jurisdiction. Then, let's stop there. Kasi tulad na sinabi ko sa inyo, no? We will make this explainer very comprehensive. Let's stop there. Ganito rin kasi ang mga
Courts.
kabatas natin. Just like my experience, no? May very well
evidence. 6 letters. Evidence, no? Maghanap ako ng
daw na ganyan. Okay? Kapag daw final na doon na sa COMELEC, wala abogado, hindi ko na mabanggitin. Pero pag final daw doon sa COMELEC, sabi niya, it does not lose jurisdiction hanggang ito ay makapag-decide. I beg to disagree. Okay? I beg to disagree. Why? Because I researched this many times. And the Supreme Court said in...
Yan, alam ko na. Saan nga mag-umpisa. Yan. Okay. Yun. Kasi kung ano yung unang sasabihin niya, yun ang ilalagay kong title. Agreed. Shouty! Di boy, may grab shout out. Pageant. Courts. Travels. Intern. Agreed. Nation Action Torres Contest Virals Budget Evidence. So wala pang nanalo. Wala pang nanalo. Tamsak, salamat. Salamat bro. So mag-relive ako Mag-relive ako. Isa pang live. Ipakita ko muna yung kanina. Ipakita ko na. Stop na, stop. Another live na lang, another live. Another live. Stop, like and share. Ay, mag-another live ako bro para tawag dito ay mahabol ko yung i-delete. Magde-delete kasi ako ng 50 na video na 50 kailangan kong palitan yung mawawala. Mawawala para hindi ako ma-demonetize. Ayan, sapyat yan, sapyat. So ipakita ko na ang sagot ay runner. Ayan, runner. Runner. Si Tara Valencia ay third runner up. Ayan, third runner up. Ang sagot ay runner. Abangan nyo yung mabilis lang naman ako mag-live. Ayan. RSL, ano na? Parang jacket, patingin nga. Yan ang jacket. Another live ako, magre-live ako mga 2 minutes, 1 minute lang, 1 minute. 1 minute. I-continue natin another live.
Thank you.
Okay, may kalagat sa lahat. Salamat dyan, RSL. And ko na, magre-live ako, another live para sa pilihin nyo. Maraming salamat.
Oh, sige.
Pangyayabang. Bye. Hello. Ayan. Thank you. See you mamaya. Thank you.